I'm going to give you a channel update because I haven't done one for a while. I've made a lot of videos that have not got uploaded. Not just talking. There's some things I've filmed that I'm just like, eh. So regarding the videos of the week of progress and beyond, I'm not showing it, but I have cleaned the front porch. I have yet to rack the wine. I think that's going to happen the next couple of days. I've been thinking hard on what I got to do. I think that's going to be kind of the main project besides clearing snow. I'm not really going to go anywhere if I don't have to. Certainly can't do freaking car repair at this time. I'm not pissy about the snow. It's pretty beautiful. Takes a while for them to get it cleared out. I'm being patient about it. Tonight's sunset was... It was not glorious. It was... I don't know. There was a spot in between. Okay, so the order of filming or shooting, or I don't want to say shooting. I'm not trying to have that in the algorithm. The order of filming, even though it's a digital camera, capturing was the one that was called the beginning of the sunset. Then it was the second uncommonly beautiful. And then the third was a horizontal one where I walked up the driveway. After that, I drove into town. I had YouTube hooked up to my Bluetooth speaker in my car because my stereo's VIN locked because I've got a used BCM with a different vehicle's VIN number on it. And I'm not paying money to get a new device to get all of this stuff done. So I don't have the radio. I use the speaker. Also, 93.5 does their Christmas music. I can't listen to it while I'm driving. That's what I usually do every year. I've done it for a lot of years. So if you've been following my channel long enough to know about the Matthew McConaughey pie stream, at the end of that stream, he falls into the black hole because he got one wrong. And what actually happens is on December 1st, he pops out back into the cafe, only now it's snowing. And every day at 4:20, Woody shows up on a tablet, like a device, on the table. And he gets one gift a day, every day at 4:20 Eastern. And it's ongoing. And so while there is a chat, because it's not, I mean, I'm still talking to people in it when I'm able to, but for a lot of the stuff I'm doing, this is also on in the background because it's basically just a lo-fi, chill, soft jazz, Christmas adjacent, and Christmas music, and Auralnauts originals from both members individually as well as together. And anyways, it's a whole mood. It's very interesting. The timing of it is great. How, whatever's playing seems to be fairly appropriate at the time. And so I'm driving and listening to this epic mix, and I'm not in a position to record because, number one, the phone is running stabilization on the videos. So then, I pull up the stop sign, I notice it says save, so I hit save, and then I keep moving. And so I got these all done, and I'm cruising, and I'm pulling up to the flat where I'm coming to the pavement off the gravel, and there is this section of sky that is like, it was this illuminated rose red, but the clouds were kind of thick and opaque. So, but it was all red. It was just a freaking, you think that Sky Dragon one was red, but I could not capture it. It was not safe. It was not opportune. It was simply not meant to be. Only I and anyone else who was in that area. A few people noticed in town. I had the view. I'm sure there were other good ones too that people had, but I had the freaking view, and it was just me alone on this road. I had to slow down for a deer when I first was driving on my road here. It was idyllic. It was amazing and gorgeous. The golden hour was invisible, and it just was this gloaming, and the colors, all I can say is go to the posts tab on my channel here, and the last post that I made as of the recording of this has a picture that I took, because it was pretty much at the peak, and I wasn't trying to record video. It was busy, things needed done, and again with the snow, it's exponentially more unsafe, so I'm not doing it. And I want to describe the sunset without expletives. That's what kind of sunset we're talking about. That's the only way I can describe it. And as I drove and orders were taken, places I went happened to put me in all the right positions to just see it. And no, hell no. No, I was not recording it. I'm sorry, y'all. Had to be there. And through all of this, I can feel my mood in the bipolar sense elevating into euphoria. It's not just on account of whatever random things it is. There are triggers. And so I was just, this is it, man. Mountain Dew. But man, that sunset had me lit. Just overwhelmed with sensory overload. And it was subtle, and it kept getting darker, but all these purples, there were so many purples. It wasn't just like purple sky. I mean, like 8 different gradations of like violet, purple, indigo, fuchsia, plus reds, pinks, and a few oranges. And then the light blue that is the kind of ambient darkness with the clouds, with the sun at that angle. We're not even to winter yet. This is the 2nd day of December. It was something. I was only able to get little bits. I was too busy with the things and don't want to cause destruction, surely. But so we got 6 inches of snow on the ground. Maybe 8, depending on where you go. And this includes what we got on Monday. There was like a second wave. Sunday was just, it was nice. It was all right. Made decent money for what I took. Black Friday is a shopping thing. Everyone's getting their gifts. They should be spending their money on their families and not on pizza delivery. Let's be honest. For the ones that did, we made out very well. All of us. And looking forward to the season coming up. But so once they get the roads clear, it's all good. In the meantime, this amount of snow is the perfect amount for the thermal barrier on the roof to work, which means my house is a comfy igloo. Most of the drafts are kind of muzzled because of the snow. I think that's like the main thing. but it's an added insulative barrier. Now we're going to stress test it because apparently tomorrow night the temperature is supposed to get down to 2 above zero. And my goal is to not have to turn anything up on the heaters and see what it does. Kind of what I'm looking at is every winter the monthly electric bill goes up over $400, and prices on stuff is not getting any cheaper. I know that I'm with a electrical co-op, so they have their own generation that kind of takes off of the cost of generation, and I'm paying for the maintenance of the systems or whatever. But I have a feeling that if this year I was to run all of the electric space heaters that I have on high on a really cold winter's night, that I would end up with like an over $500 monthly electric bill. And if it got too warm inside the house on account of the thermal barrier, I think I would invite carpenter ants, which have been the bane for a while. And they've been gone for a while, and I like to keep it that way. So right now, actually, without having changed anything, just with the thermal barrier in effect, my thermostat has gone from 65, which it's been at all week, to 66. I've changed nothing. So yeah, tomorrow I'll probably get some before and after of the shoveling. It's supposed to be like 34 in the afternoon. It's going to be great. Perfect weather for clearing out some snow. I'm going to try and get as much of my drive down cleared as possible, make it traversable for the car, so that if I do have to do repair, I can have a spot kind of salted, cleared out, and, parkable. I have no idea what the weather's going to do, so I'm not trying to park it down there, but as long as it doesn't snow again for a bit, I'm going to try and keep that thing clear. So yeah, with the wine, I've just got a bunch of 5th bottles that I got to sanitize, and I'm going to take off. I'm not sure how much I want to take, but I want to take off at least, I'm thinking 3/5, or maybe even just all 5 of the dry wine as it is, and then see what's left. I'm going to then add, I've got like 5 pounds of honey, and then I can add that with like, go get some distilled water or something. Basically add a bunch of honey to what's in there with enough water to kind of build it up a bit, at least enough water to kind of melt the honey in stirrably. And at that point, when it's good and mixed, then I can rack it into another bucket to clear it of any sludge if possible. And then after that, rack it into the clear jug and then place that somewhere. And then at that, I think it'll just kind of let the silt settle out as the yeast falls out. It's going to be a little chill in here, so it's perfect time to do it. Everything's ready to go. By the time it settles down, it will have fermented a bit more of the honey, while at the same time leaving some in there for sweetness. And I don't think that counts as back sweetening because I haven't killed the reaction yet. I've just kind of made it so that this is definitely more of a mead, less of a straight grape wine. So yeah, that's what I've got. I'm going to put the link to this Advent live stream below. It's really excellent. I think if you're following my channel, chances are you're going to enjoy it if you're not already enjoying it and now following my channel. Yeah, there will be more videos this week, I'm sure.